On this episode of Making Waves in the Palm Beaches, we're highlighting the people, organizations, and movements protecting our oceans and inspiring a brighter blue future. First, we'll climb aboard with the Anjari Foundation, where cutting-edge marine research, education, and exploration are helping connect the community to the science of our oceans. We'll join Piper's Angels and the Crossing for Cystic Fibrosis, along with the inspiring Wahine Warriors, as they harness the power of the ocean to support life-changing causes and community impact. From science and storytelling to courage and conservation, this is Waves of Change, only on Making Waves in the Palm Beaches, where protecting our oceans starts right here at home. Today on Making Waves in the Palm Beaches, we're stepping aboard a floating classroom and high-tech research lab that's helping unlock the mysteries of our ocean, and it's all happening right here in Palm Beach County, Florida. The Anjari Foundation is building a global community that's curious about marine science, connected to the environment, and inspired to protect our blue planet. The Anjari Foundation combines cutting-edge technology, real-world research, and powerful storytelling to bring science out of the lab and into the public eye. At the heart of their mission is their research vessel, Anjari, a one-of-a-kind platform where scientists, educators, and even filmmakers come together to study the ocean and share their discoveries with the world. From tracking marine life to studying ocean health, researchers use this vessel to gather critical data that helps us better understand and protect marine ecosystems. But this isn't science that stays hidden in journals. Anjari makes sure the public comes along for the journey.
So we were established back in 2016. We're celebrating 10 years this year, and we are all about supporting marine science research and education. And most everything we do revolves around our 65-foot research vessel, which I'm on right now. On board our 65-foot research vessel, we take scientists out to conduct field work and study the ocean, and then we also take students and educators out to work alongside scientists and learn what it's like to be a marine scientist and have a career on the water. So this is a really unique foundation. No one does quite exactly what we do. And my background is actually as a marine scientist. So I worked within the academia and university research labs for quite some time as a marine scientist studying the ocean. And after doing that for many years, I realized the need for something like this where we could unite the scientists and the public. We could support scientists with our research vessel and what we do, but also help them promote their work and share their work with people who are not in the science field and in that industry. So everything we do is focused around supporting scientists and sharing what they're doing with others.
Anjari focuses on connecting people directly to the research process. Through film, media, and education programs, they help build trust between scientists and the public. When people can see the work happening and understand why it matters, they become more invested in protecting our oceans. Education is a huge part of the mission. Anjari works with professional educators and scientists to develop curriculum that connects classroom lessons with real scientific exploration in the field. Students don't just learn about marine science, they see it in action.
Kids are the future of science, the future of our society, and whether they grow up to be a marine scientist or study the ocean or medicine or something else related into the STEM fields, or they do something completely different, it's really important for them to understand what it's all about, trust scientists and what we're doing out here, and have a better awareness, knowledge, and respect for our marine environment and the earth as a whole.
I'm Laura Jessup, and I am Anjari's Community Outreach Programs and Education Manager. And what I do here is I oversee our Lagoon Drift program, run outreach events, and get out into the community. So Lagoon Drift is our study that we conduct twice per year, and what we are doing is we are deploying these eco-friendly drift cards into the Lake Worth Lagoon and surrounding waterways. And the reason for that is we are looking to look at how marine debris moves within our waterways and pollutants as well. So by deploying these, we are tracking the motion of marine debris. This is a message in the bottle. It is a message that gets the community involved, it gets them educated about their waterways, but it also gives us science and data as to where our trash could be heading. Well, now it's your turn. You get to become a citizen scientist. I need you to decorate this blank side, do whatever you want to do, make it beautiful, make it ocean themed, and it's over to you.
I can't wait, thank you. By sharing expeditions, discoveries, and behind-the-scenes research through film and digital media, Anjari brings the ocean to people who may never set foot on a research vessel. It's about awareness, it's about access, and it's about inspiring the next generation of ocean stewards.
My name is Maddie Mendels, and I'm the program coordinator for our Coastal Ocean Explorers program here at the Anjari Foundation, and I am on our 65-foot research vessel, the RV Anjari, which is where we host students, educators, and scientists to be able to do our shark research project here in Palm Beach County. And I'm standing here with one of our drumlines, which is a type of specialized fishing gear we use to do that research. So our drumline is composed of just a few different materials. The first and maybe most important is this weight here, this concrete weight, where we attach a long line that floats up to the surface and is connected to this nice bright yellow buoy that's marked with our permit number so that folks and fellow boaters out on the water know not to pick this up but to avoid it. But it's also here so we can find our drumline again. And eventually we would also attach this monofilament and circle hook and a nice big piece of juicy bait on the end to hopefully attract a shark over to come and attach to our drumline. And when we deploy these, students are hands-on right next to scientists, assembling them and putting them in the water. And after about 45 minutes or so, we go back and retrieve these, and students are next to scientists pulling them back up on board. Most commonly out here in West Palm, we're catching nurse sharks, but we have lots of familiar, friendly faces like our tiger sharks, great hammerheads, and lemon sharks as well.
From the deck of a research vessel to classrooms around the world, the Anjari Foundation is proving that science is strongest when it's shared. And here in the Palm Beaches, they're helping all of us make waves for the future of our oceans. Welcome to the Palm Beaches, where turquoise waters meet hearts full of hope. Every summer, something incredible happens here. Dozens of brave paddlers take to the open ocean, crossing from the Bahamas all the way home to Lake Worth Beach, all for one powerful mission: to fight cystic fibrosis. This is Piper's Angels Foundation and the Crossing for Cystic Fibrosis, and this is the Palm Beaches, where hope truly lives. From sunrise on the islands to the finish line on our beautiful Palm Beach shores, these ocean warriors paddle for the fighters, the survivors, and the dreamers, reminding us that when we come together, there's no distance too far and no wave too big. Today I'm with Travis Suit, CEO and founder of Piper's Angels Foundation for Cystic Fibrosis. Travis, tell us a little bit more about your organization.
Yeah, thanks, Alyssa. Well, Piper's Angels Foundation is a grassroots nonprofit that supports families with cystic fibrosis, both nationally and internationally. And our flagship fundraiser event, the Crossing for Cystic Fibrosis, happens every year in June. And that is the big boating event. 300 to 400 participants in the event, captains, crew, and paddlers. They're all fundraising, they're all training and rallying together to raise money and awareness for cystic fibrosis.
What began as one man's mission to honor his daughter Piper has become a movement, a crossing of hearts, courage, and community.
I started Piper's Angels Foundation when my daughter Piper was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis when she was 4 years old, and it became very clear that families with CF, with this rare progressive chronic illness, really battle. And people with CF are now living longer because of all these amazing therapies and all the access to the resources. But when you live longer with a progressive disease, the question becomes, what's the cost of buying more time? And so we saw a need to step in and support the families with their day-to-day help with everything they need, from medical treatments to support financially, grants and scholarships to get them out participating in saltwater activities, mental health support. So we've really built all of our programming around the needs of the families. The thing that I realized right away was when you're going through something like a diagnosis of a child and you get to feel the sense of community and support of people who you might not even know showing up and really rallying together, that in itself is hugely healing. And so to watch the community, not just the paddlers and people who are on the water, but also the boaters, you know, these boat owners who have a huge heart and commit so much to supporting this local lifestyle to getting on the water. Salt water is incredibly beneficial for people with cystic fibrosis for their respiratory health. And so that's what we honor and celebrate, and that's what we live and breathe here, which is incredible.
The journey from Bimini to Lake Worth Beach is grueling, 12 to 18 hours across open ocean, guided by moonlight, endurance, and faith. So Travis, tell us about the challenge of the crossing, and what is that like? What is the challenge?
Well, it's a big one. So paddling 80 miles across the Gulf Stream in the open ocean from Bimini to the city of Lake Worth Beach, landing at the pier. So you really get to push yourself to a limit that is beyond what most people go through on a daily basis. But you can do it solo, you can do it as a relay team, so it's very much achievable. But you definitely get to experience the whole spectrum of human emotion, from the intimidation and fear of leaving in the dark, paddling into the ocean, crossing multiple freighter channels, and then to the sunrise in the middle of the ocean and being out there and really feeling the sense of humility and being so small in the vastness of it all the way back to coming back to Florida and this triumphant beach landing.
After miles of open water, exhaustion turns to elation. The finish line isn't just a destination, it's a celebration of life, resilience, and community. Travis, once all the paddlers get to Lake Worth Beach, to the beach landing, tell us about that moment, that experience, and what happens.
Well, you can imagine, right, after paddling 80 miles across the ocean, the state that these people are in as they come into the beach, absolutely exhausted. I mean, battling the ocean conditions, the sun, the salt, through the night, and after 12 to 16, 17 hours, with all your family there, ringing the bells on the beach, you know, your family with holding the signs, crossing that finish line, whether it's solo or with your team, it really is a moment of triumph. And you get to celebrate, get to hit our big beach bell, celebrate on the podium, spray some bottles of champagne, and really just enjoy the moment of accomplishing something together as a community that is having an impact greater than us all.
From first-time paddlers to seasoned ocean athletes, they all share one goal: to make a difference, 1 mile at a time. So Travis, not everybody can make the commitment of paddling from the Bahamas to the Palm Beaches. How can other people get involved?
Well, there's a lot of ways to get involved with Piper's Angels Foundation or the Crossing. We bring an incredible team of volunteers, we call them the Bimini Dream Team, each year to the Bahamas to help set up the event, to produce it. Got hundreds of volunteers working behind the scenes, both in the Bahamas and in the US at the beach landing. So we absolutely need, we call them our Army of Angels, our volunteers, but captains, crew to get involved, sponsors, and we also have other events throughout the year. So we're always out on the water doing training paddles. So whether somebody's committed to doing the full crossing, but they just want to come out and be a part of the community, support CF, there's always an opportunity.
The Piper's Angels Foundation means courage, faith, and perseverance.
Piper's Angels Foundation means community, love, and an army of angels helping the cystic fibrosis community.
The Piper's Angels Foundation means showing up when others won't.
Piper's Angels Foundation for me means not to falter in the face of adversity and to come together as a community.
Piper's Angels Foundation is making waves in the Palm Beaches.
We're here with Bikini Warriors, and we're getting ready to roll out to the beach for a surf session. Here in Palm Beach County, where turquoise water meets an endless horizon, a new wave of power is rising. They're athletes, mothers, business leaders, and ocean-minded adventurers, bound together by strength, sisterhood, and the salt water that runs through their veins. They are the Bikini Warriors. Welcome to the Palm Beaches, where the surf scene is thriving, the culture is evolving, and women are leading the way. Today, we dive into the inspiring world of the Bikini Warriors, a community redefining what it means to be strong both on and off the water. The Bikini Warriors began as a small, grassroots circle of women seeking confidence, connection, and a shared love of the ocean. But here in Palm Beach County, their movement quickly grew, empowering women of all ages to step into waves, step into leadership, and step into their own story. Hey everybody, this is Christina Cobia, the founder of Bikini Warriors. Christina, tell me what we are doing here today.
Well, so it all started 6 years ago when I noticed what surfing had been doing in my life, how it had molded me into the strong woman that I am today. and I wanted to share that. So we start the day with a talk circle, and we'll dive into a scripture, an activity, and it's really a moment where we can be vulnerable and just start to dig things up. And the beautiful thing is how our community will all pick it up for you and carry those burdens for you. And then after that, we surf.
So let's talk more about the surfing aspect of it, Christina. Why surfing? Why did you choose surfing?
Well, personally in my life, I noticed how it caused me to persevere. They say every wave is like a tiny trauma. So you kind of just get accustomed to overcoming these tiny traumas, and it translates into your life. And also it's fun. I feel like adults, just like kids, need to play. And that's where we have our outlet, and we get to be playful and splash in the water. And yeah, it's just helped me so much in my life, so I wanted to share it, and it is showing through with all the ladies, veterans, and teenagers.
Palm Beach County's coastline offers a dynamic playground, from mellow longboard days in Jupiter to bigger surf after a winter swell. For the Warriors, each wave is a training ground, and every paddle out is a chance to push limits.
So the Palm Beaches is so great because we have a variety of waves. We have our flat days, we have our baby bumps, and we also have bigger waves. So we can bring our surfers to introduce them to the ocean in like calm conditions, and they can grow throughout these conditions to get bigger and bigger. And there's also something called the blue mind, and blue mind is a theory that when we are close to the water, we get in this meditative state and we're more relaxed. So it's a beautiful outlet for that.
Surfing here is magical. Our water is warm, the community is incredible, and we cheer each other on. You can feel the energy when you're out there. It's uplifting. But it's the connection that truly defines this movement. The Wahine Warriors emphasize mindfulness, water safety, mental wellness, and mentorship. They've created a culture where beginners feel brave and seasoned surfers feel inspired.
Surfing for me is very challenging, and it's something that I think a lot of people want to learn, but they're scared because there's a lot of, things to know about the ocean. And I have learned that the ocean brings up the deepest emotions in me, and when I'm out there in the water, I feel like it builds confidence, but it also challenges me to be more in tune with my emotions and my body.
It's such an incredible group because we're here supporting each other on land, but also in water. Surfing can be so intimidating, so scary. But when you go out there with these girls and we all have each other, we're lighthearted, we support each other, and you just feel safe, you feel surrounded. When we get into our little circle, it's truly magical. I mean, how many people do you know these days that actually sit down as friends and just talk to each other or sit at a table with your family? A lot of people don't do that anymore. But just to have that sense of connection, sitting around in a circle, speaking about happy, sad, whatever we're going through, just letting it all out. It's the best feeling in the world. And then to be able to then take it out on the water and just have fun and play and not take surfing too seriously. You don't have to be the best surfer to be part of Wahine Warriors. You just get out there and have fun, and there's no pressure.
In the Palm Beaches, the Wahine Warriors remind us that the ocean doesn't just shape the coastline, it shapes us. With courage, grace, and a fierce love for the sea, these women are proving that every wave holds a story, and this is just the beginning.
Woo! Spicy chica! Arriba!
I love Wahine Warriors, and I'm honored to be a part of this community.
This is Making Waves in the Palm Beaches. I'm Alyssa Freeman, and we'll see you out there on the next wave.
Wahine Warriors are making waves in the Palm Beaches!
We're making waves in the Palm Beaches, where the water meets the sky. Every ride's an adventure, feel the freedom, let it fly. From the inlet to the ocean, every moment within reach. Life is better on the water, making waves in the Palm Beaches.